It's throwback week here at footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 8 preview between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Now let's look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with San Francisco.
I think this battle has to be won in the secondary for San Francisco. They're going against a very talented Arizona Cardinals receiving corps, and they're going to have to match up one-on-one and play some above-the-rim type football in the secondary. Guys like Terrell Brown, Carlos Rogers, Chris Culliver, and also Parrish Cox. They'll be put to the test, as the Cardinals love to run out of 4 and 5 wide receiver sets to spread out the defense. But let's go inside the lab and look at this Niners offense and how they can utilize their own tight ends to create mismatches.
The 49ers this week versus a division rival, the Arizona Cardinals, can utilize their tight ends to create mismatches in the passing game, thus creating opportunities for these guys in the passing game. Let me show you how they can do this out this ace-back bunch set. Keep everything condensed because it bottles things up and it gives you the opportunity to run those natural pick plays or rub routes to create opportunities. You see right here, we're going to bring Vernon Davis in motion here. At the snap of the ball, we're going to play action right there with Frank Gore as Alex Smith opens out this way to roll out. Why? Because we have Crabtree coming across on a deep in route. We're going to have Delaney Walker working up and coming underneath. We're going to have, at the snap of the ball, Vernon Davis working up and running to the corner. So now you have a situation where you have two, and we also have the backside guy running the clear out post. Why? Because you have 2 levels of separation right here. Either this guy's going to be open, this is your first read right here, and this will be your second read as you slowly waggle to the side. And all you're trying to do is create a one-on-one opportunity or try to drop it in the hole, depending on the coverage, for your athletic tight end Vernon Davis, getting him the football, thus allowing him to make plays after the catch.
Now let's move over to the Arizona Cardinals, and you have to look at last week and look at how Larod Stevens-Hollins had some success going over 100 yards on the ground. If he can get between 50 to 75 yards this week, that goes a long way in helping John Skelton develop the play-action passing game and helping him find those targets downfield, having the time in the pocket. Now you look at the defensive side of the football. Attacking the 49ers, you got to stop the inside running plays. You got to stop the pulling plays, the power plays. So guys like Sam Macho, O'Brien Schofield has to set the edge so guys on the interior can play downhill and stop the run. And you look in the secondary, I think the safety play in the secondary is huge, matching up versus those tight ends of San Francisco. But let's go inside the lab and see how the special teams of the Cardinals can have a huge impact in this ball game.
The Cardinals have some outstanding special teams unit. I think they could win the third aspect of the game versus the San Francisco 49ers. And here's how they could do it. We're going to have a speed rush drawn up, and we're going to have a speed to power rush drawn up. And you see right here, this is the speed rush, where you could, a lot of times you could just beat teams with speed. The fastest to the point gets the block punt. You see right here, boom, crossing face, shooting that gap right there. This guy's going to have a 3-on-1 go, and he's going to have to pick the guy closest to the football. So he's going to probably pick that guy, leaving one of these 2 guys ready to block the punt. Now, speed to power is basically focusing on the outside rushers. On their third step, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's the speed. Get to that third step, forcing this guy to widen out like this. And as soon as you widen out, you cross his face with power. Boom. One of these guys will get to the punter and block the punt. And that's how the Cardinals can win the third aspect of the game that a lot of people forget about, the special teams aspect.
I think the Cardinals' defensive line is an X factor in this ball game. Stopping the run starts up front. If these guys can hold their own at the line of scrimmage, the linebackers can have free reign to the football. And Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers, has to call a better game this week to get Alex Smith in a groove early throwing the football. Now let's look at the personnel breakdown in this matchup. And it's not like the Cardinals don't have talent. This is a very talented team, a very talented roster. They just have to execute better. As for the 49ers, they have talent all over the football field, but on offense, they just have to open up the playbook to take advantage of the talent that they have at those skill positions. I like San Francisco in this ball game. Arizona's defense will keep this one close, as most divisional games are. But when I look at the 49ers offensively, I think they do have the ability to get big plays in the passing game, and I think they'll do so this week versus Arizona. And I want to give a huge shout out to the 49er fan forums and Cardinal fan forums for always showing football game plan support.